Can I say something that might sound a little uncomfortable?
Those are always the best ones. Go ahead.
The reason most smart people struggle with money has nothing to do with intelligence.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all. In fact, intelligence can actually make it worse.
That is counterintuitive. How?
Because smart people are very good at explaining why things are the way they are. They can build a perfect logical case for every financial decision they have made, every reason why they spent what they spent, why they did not save when they should have, why now is not the right time.
The explanation is brilliant. The result is still the same.
Exactly. And today, we are talking about the real reasons behind this. Not the surface ones, the deep ones, the ones that nobody talks about honestly.
Welcome to Real Life English, the podcast. I'm Max.
And I'm Emma, and today's episode is Why Smart People Stay Broke.
Today, you are getting 3 things. First, the real psychological reasons why intelligent people often struggle financially. Second, what actually changes things. And third, rich, natural English vocabulary about money, mindset, and real life.
B1 and B2 level today. But honestly, this topic is for everyone.
Subscribe if you are new. Every single week, we are here.
And your comment homework today, tell us, what is one money habit you know you should change but keep putting off? Write it in English. We read every comment. Max. I want to start with a story, not about someone else, about me.
Oh, this is going to be good.
A few years ago, I was earning a decent amount of money, not a huge amount, but enough. Enough to save, enough to build something.
And
I was saving almost nothing. And every month I would look at my bank account and feel this familiar sinking feeling, like where did it all go? I know where every individual purchase went. I can justify every single one. But somehow, nothing is left.
the mystery, disappearing money.
Yes, and I am not stupid. I have good judgment in most areas of my life. And yet, financially, I kept doing the same thing, month after month, earning, spending, nothing left. Repeat.
And I think that story is so common, it almost hurts to hear. Because so many people are living it right now.
And the advice they usually get is, earn more, budget better, spend less, as if the issue is information.
But they already know all of that.
They know it perfectly. The knowing is not the problem. And this is what most financial advice misses completely.
So what is the problem?
The problem is relationship. Your relationship with money.
Relationship with money. Say more about that.
Every person has a set of deeply held beliefs about money, about what it means to have it, what it means to not have it, whether they deserve it, whether keeping it is safe, whether spending it makes them feel good or bad or powerful or free.
And most of these beliefs were formed before we were 10 years old.
Before we had any real understanding of money at all. We watched our parents. We heard how people talked about money. We absorbed the narrative. Narrative means the story we tell ourselves about something. We absorbed the narrative of our family and our community about what money is and what it does to people,
And then we carry that narrative into adulthood.
without ever examining it, without ever asking, is this actually true? Is this belief serving me, or is it keeping me exactly where I am?
I grew up hearing that people who had a lot of money were not good people, like money and bad character went together.
And what does that belief do to you?
It makes you unconsciously resist building wealth, because on some deep level, you do not want to become one of those people.
Your brain protects your identity. Identity means your sense of who you are and what kind of person you are. Your brain protects your identity. And if your identity says, I am a good person and rich people are not good, then staying broke is actually protecting your sense of self.
Which sounds insane when you say it out loud.
It sounds insane, and it is extremely common.
So the solution is not another budget spreadsheet.
The solution is examining the story, and I think this is where smart people have a specific disadvantage.
Okay, why do smart people specifically struggle here?
Because they are very good at rationalizing. Rationalizing means creating logical reasons to justify something you are doing for emotional reasons.
You feel the emotion. Your brain builds the explanation afterward.
And a smart brain builds very convincing explanations. I bought that because it was on sale, and it made financial sense. I did not save this month because there was an unexpected expense, and the timing was wrong. I will start investing next year when things are more stable.
All logical. All completely reasonable sounding.
And all serving the underlying emotional pattern. The pattern that says, I am not someone who has money. Money does not stay with me. I do not really know how to handle this.
And you never challenge the pattern because the explanations always make sense.
Intelligence becomes the shield that protects the pattern from being examined.
I want to push back on something here, though.
Go ahead.
I think sometimes smart people stay broke not because of psychology, but because of real structural issues. Low wages, expensive cities, systemic barriers. Not everyone has equal access to wealth-building opportunities.
That is a completely true and important point, and it deserves to be said clearly. Systemic and structural factors are real, and they affect some people far more than others.
But even within those constraints, there is often a psychological layer too.
Yes, both can be true at the same time. Real external barriers and internal patterns that need examination.
And the internal patterns are the ones we actually have the power to change.
And here's the thing that changed everything for me. I stopped asking, how do I manage money better? And started asking, what do I actually believe about money? And is that belief true?
And what did you find?
I found a belief I did not even know I had. Something that had been running quietly in the background for years. The belief that saving money meant not enjoying life. That spending freely was generous. That holding on to money was somehow selfish.
Where did that come from?
From watching how people I loved handled money. From the stories told in my family, from what was praised and what was criticized, from 100 small moments that I had never consciously examined.
And once you saw it?
Once I saw it clearly, it lost its power over me. Not immediately, not completely, but I could finally see the pattern. And seeing it was the beginning of changing it. Let us zoom out. Because the relationship with money is deeply shaped by culture, and it looks very different around the world.
In some cultures, talking about money is completely normal. People discuss salaries openly. They share financial strategies. Money is a practical tool, and everyone talks about it practically.
And in other cultures, talking about money is almost taboo. It is private, personal. Discussing it feels inappropriate or even rude.
And when you cannot talk about something, you cannot learn about it. You cannot ask questions. You cannot compare notes. You cannot challenge your beliefs because they are never spoken out loud.
The silence keeps the patterns in place.
If you are listening from a culture where money is not discussed openly, this might be the first honest conversation about this topic you have ever heard.
And that alone can shift something.
There is also a generational dimension. Many people grew up watching their parents have very little, and that shapes the relationship with money in deep ways.
Some people develop a scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset means a deep belief that there is never enough, that resources are limited, that money is something that disappears. Scarcity means shortage, lack.
And a scarcity mindset can actually create the very shortage it fears, because you make decisions from fear rather than from clarity.
You spend quickly because on some level, you believe the money will disappear anyway. Or you avoid looking at your finances because the information feels threatening.
Whereas an abundance mindset means believing that there is enough, that more can always be created, that financial growth is possible. An abundance mindset approaches money from a completely different place.
With curiosity rather than fear. With strategy rather than avoidance.
And the good news is, mindsets can change. They are not fixed. They are just deeply habitual. And habits can be examined and shifted.
Wherever you are in the world, your financial story is not your financial destiny.
All right, here is your practical framework for today. We are calling it the Money Story Audit. 3 questions.
3 questions. Not a budget. Not a spreadsheet. Questions that get underneath the surface.
Question 1. What did I see and hear about money growing up? Think about how your family talked about people who had money, how they talked about people who did not, what the atmosphere around money felt like. Anxious? Secretive? Hopeful? Write down what you remember.
You are not blaming anyone. You are just seeing clearly what you absorbed without choosing to.
Question 2. What do I actually believe about money right now? Complete these sentences honestly. People who have a lot of money are having money would make me. The reason I do not have more money is write whatever comes first, not the polished answer. The first instinct.
Because the first instinct is usually closer to the real belief than the considered answer.
Question 3. Is this belief actually true? Look at what you wrote and ask yourself, is this objectively true? Or is this a story? Is there evidence that this belief is wrong? Are there people who contradict it?
Let us hear some examples. Imagine someone called Amara. She writes, people who have a lot of money are usually not very kind. She examines it. Is this true? She thinks of 3 genuinely kind people she knows who are financially successful. The belief begins to crack.
Or imagine someone called Daniel. He writes, "The reason I do not have more money is that I was not born into the right family." He examines it. Is this completely true or partially true? What is the part he can actually influence? He starts to separate the real barrier from the story.
Or maybe you, tonight. 3 questions. Write the first thing that comes. Then look at it. Then ask, is this actually true?
Because you cannot change a belief you cannot see. And once you can see it clearly, it already has less power over you.
Word tour time. Max, start us off.
First, rationalizing. Creating logical explanations to justify something you are doing for emotional reasons. Example 1. He was rationalizing every purchase, telling himself it was necessary when he knew it was impulsive. Example 2. Rationalizing is when your brain writes the explanation after the decision has already been made emotionally. Did you catch that one?
Next, narrative. The story we tell ourselves about something, the meaning we give to events and patterns. Example 1. Her narrative about money was that it always ran out, and that narrative influenced every financial decision she made. Example 2. Changing your narrative is not about pretending things are different. It is about questioning whether the old story is actually true. Did you hear that one?
Identity. Your sense of who you are and what kind of person you are. The self-image that your brain protects. Example 1. Her financial identity said she was not someone who was good with money, and she kept proving herself right. Example 2. When you change your identity around money, when you start seeing yourself as someone who builds wealth, your behavior slowly follows. Did you catch that?
Scarcity mindset. A deep belief that there is never enough, that resources are limited and money is always at risk of disappearing. Example 1, she spent money quickly without thinking because her scarcity mindset told her it would be gone anyway. Example 2, a scarcity mindset is not a personality trait. It is a learned response to real experiences of lack. Did you hear that one?
Abundance mindset. A belief that there is enough, that more can be created, and that financial growth is genuinely possible. Example 1. He approached every financial challenge with an abundance mindset, asking what is possible rather than what is missing. Example 2. An abundance mindset does not mean ignoring reality. It means not letting fear make all your decisions. Did you catch that?
Unconsciously, without awareness, happening below the level of conscious thought and choice. Example 1. She was unconsciously avoiding looking at her bank balance because the information felt threatening. Example 2. Most of our financial behavior is driven unconsciously by beliefs we have never examined. Did you hear that one?
Taboo. Something that is socially forbidden or considered deeply inappropriate to discuss. Example 1. In her family, money was taboo, never discussed openly, which meant she arrived in adulthood with almost no financial knowledge. Example 2. When something is taboo, the silence around it protects patterns that might not serve us. Did you catch that?
Systemic. Relating to a whole system built into structures rather than caused by individuals. Example 1. Some financial barriers are systemic. They are built into the structure of society and affect people unequally. Example 2. Acknowledging systemic barriers is important, and so is asking what change is still possible within them. Did you hear that one?
Structural. Relating to the way something is organized or built, the underlying framework that shapes outcomes. Example 1. The financial gap between different groups is often structural, built into wages, opportunities, and inherited advantages. Example 2. Structural problems require structural solutions, but personal patterns can change even while the structures are being challenged. Did you catch that?
And our last word, audit. A careful and honest examination of something, looking at it clearly to understand what is really there. Example 1, she did a money story audit and found 3 beliefs she had never questioned that were quietly running her finances. Example 2, an audit is not about judgment. It is just about seeing clearly. Did you catch that one?
We are at the end, and I want to say something directly.
Go ahead.
You are not broke because you are not smart enough. You are not struggling financially because you did not work hard enough. You are struggling because nobody ever helped you examine the story underneath the behavior.
And the story can be examined. It can be questioned. It can be changed.
Not overnight, not dramatically, but gradually, honestly, really.
3 questions. What did I see growing up? What do I believe right now? Is that belief actually true?
Start there. Tonight if you can.
Your comment homework. What is one money habit you know you should change but keep putting off? Write it honestly. No judgment here. Just honesty.
And if this episode gave you something real today, share it with one person who needs to hear it.
Thank you for being here. I'm Emma.
And I'm Max. Your financial story is not your financial destiny. And we will see you in the very next episode. Bye for now.
Bye!